All right, what's going on, guys? So we've got the hood going right here. We're going to lay this section down and emboss it, basically. So Mike's gonna give me a hand with this. Let's grab the film. I think it's this way. Is it across? It's across. It's probably this way. All right, how are we doing in the, come up to the corner and then we'll just see where we're at.
I'm hanging over about 3 inches.
Oh, okay, come down a little bit more then. I'm just barely at the corner. I'm like maybe a half an inch.
So what do you think the color?
Okay, how's the front? Okay, so it's tight. So this hood is almost 60 inches end to end, and it's longer than 60 inches across. So some hoods you'll find that they're larger than 60 inches, and in that case we do have to stretch the vinyl. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna remove the backing paper, and then Mike's gonna help me glass it out. Now this is my new signature color that we haven't seen done on a car yet. So just stick that there. Yeah, it should be all right. And I haven't done a whole panel with it yet either. So this is gonna be the first panel that we're doing with it, and we're embossing it, which is pretty cool. So far, I've played around with the film, and I'm extremely happy with it. It doesn't have a high initial tack. Perfect. So let's get this piece of paper out of the way. So just to show you guys, there's nearly no initial tack here, right? So you're gonna find that this vinyl feels not tacky at all, which is more of the lines that I wanted to go, the route that I wanted to go with the film was to create a less aggressive adhesive right off the bat, so that you guys can do your roof wraps and do your hood wraps without having issues. I know a lot of people have issues with tackiness on horizontal surfaces, so this helps a lot because it's way more repositionable, all right? So we can move it around and just glass it out really easily. You can see that I can just kind of pull on the film. So Mike, you wanna give me a hand and we'll just glass this out. We'll try and keep it as close to the corner as we can, so let's keep an eye on that. Yep. I'm a little shy on my sides. Yep, I'm good. Cool. I wasn't even pulling very hard. Were you pulling hard? No. So we can see how gentle this is on a horizontal surface, right? So this is really, really nice. Something nice to work with. I'm gonna use, I brought this with me. This is the Yellow Tools Squeegee, and just one, I couldn't live without it because they're really good. So let's start in the middle here and get it going, all right? So what we're gonna need to do afterwards is basically go around most of this with maybe a bit of heat and try and sharpen out the edges a lot afterwards to create that nice embossed looking effect. But right now I wanna show you how easily this squeegees right now. So I can just squeegee my film without even putting a lot of tension on it, and the wrinkles just go away. So this also is because of the low initial tack. It is a heat activated adhesive, so it's going to be a little bit more sticky when it's hot. I'd say it's about like 72 in here right now, so it's not too crazy, but it's about room temperature. Let's just cut off some excess here. So I'm just gonna hold it up. Now, because we're squeegeeing over a texture, it becomes a little bit different when we're just squeegeeing over not a flat surface compared to a textured surface, all right? So you can see that the actual shape of the embossing is starting to come through. You're missing out. Don't worry, Jeremy will get in on the next one. So, let's just squeegee. You want to squeegee too, man? You can, if you want. If you want to help out. Yeah, you're good. So like I said, we're going to have to go over around all the shapes afterwards. It's definitely different squeegeeing over the pattern because the vinyl does want to bunch up a little bit. I don't want to push too hard and kill the finish on the vinyl also, but you're going to have to put a decent amount of pressure. What's nice about this is that we're working with such an intricate design, and the vinyl isn't very aggressive, so it's going to keep. I was a bit concerned in the beginning about keeping all these little edges down and repositioning. We don't have to worry about that too much. So I'm getting to the end here. I don't want to seal off the ends yet because we want to go over all of this afterwards. This is where most of the work comes in afterwards, is getting around all these shapes and making sure that everything's a nice, sharp image. It's got to be high definition, right? That's the whole idea of the embossing. As far as wrapping this hood goes, it's not a difficult hood to wrap. There we go. Let's glass it out. It's so weird squeegeeing over a pattern like this. So I've never done an embossing to this extent before. I've done my logo underneath some wraps and stuff like that on like a fender, but I've never done it to this extent where we've done like an entire car or even a whole panel like a hood. So it's going to be something a little different and pretty cool, I think. So I'll glass it out. So I think right off the bat you can see the difference of my film right here, how we can just glass it out, we can squeegee it really nicely, do a relief cut here, okay. Cool. So let's get the rest done. Not pulling very hard at all, and it's on the cooler side, definitely. So cool. Half the hood's done. Let's do the other half. So I'm not pulling very hard on it. It lifts off nicely. Let's just bring it across. Cool, that's about where I want it. Because I want these wrinkles to run across the front so I can squeegee properly. So let's, I've got new colors also coming on the way, so this will not be the only one. I'm excited to see what this looks like when it's all done. Draw it out. Okay. Draw the film out to the edge, to the corner, so we can pull it this way. Cool, we're almost there. So you guys can see how easy it is to glass this out compared to, you know, VViViD's older films are a little bit different. It's just different technique. I just wanted something to be a little bit easier, like I said, than what we've been working with mostly, and something that's repositionable for you guys, because I know a lot of you are either first timers or brand new or have only done a couple of cars, and obviously ease of install is important, right? So I could glass out the whole panel and just squeegee it, but we all know that's not really my style. So well, we can see that it is easy to just pull the film out. I'm super happy with it. We've had this project set up for a while now, and it's just been, I've been waiting. I wanted to do it on my car, but you know, a Supra's a lot cooler than my car, so plus I don't really have time to be wrapping my car, so we kind of saved it for this. It's just a special project. Guys, it's so easy to squeegee. No, I put a wrinkle in it. I gotta heat it out. Right there. Let's glass this out to the corner. Oh. Let me add a bit of heat right here for that wrinkle. And then we're gonna go over this whole thing. So one thing you don't wanna do is heat it too much, all right? If you heat up a matte metallic and you overstretch it too much, it'll make it shiny. We don't want that. We don't wanna have shiny spots on our wrap, all right? Let's do it here. Got a little wrinkle up here. And this vinyl reacts really well to heat, so it softens. If you find it's maybe a little bit too stiff, which I don't find it's too stiff at all, it softens really nicely. All right, so we've got the hood all done. So what I want to do is I want to show you what this looks like up close. So you can see that the definition between these pieces is not what it should be. So let's just run our finger down there, and then you can see how it should be, right? Cool. So we need to outline all of that. That's the fun part, because that's basically the time-consuming part of this whole thing. I'm going to zoom in a bit. All right. And Jeremy, you had a wrap glove here? Yeah. I know you gave me one, but I don't know where I put it. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, well.
I'll do it. It's all good. Yeah. No, it's not gonna.
The pain is dead, boys. It's okay.
It's all good. It's too bad it's on both sides. Just gonna put a little wrap around it. All right, let's do this. Got tape or the sticker. Okay, 1 second, guys.
Yeah, it's not showing the tread in the part. I don't think Ford really, they don't ask for this size, but every year I send a bigger one. They only ask for maybe 5,000. You can try to lighten it up a little bit. And then we'll start messing with any other things.
All right, so we're good to go. So I don't often use wrap gloves, but for a situation like this, it'll help. So we're gonna add a little bit of heat just to make sure we can outline everything really, really nicely, all right? You're gonna wanna use a glove because it'll help the vinyl from bunching up. It's definitely the fun part. Won't take that long. Another few minutes. It's looking good, right? Yeah. So excited to see this car wrapped. Yeah. Yeah, so even with the heat, the air release works really nicely, which is good. So you'll notice on the car that there's different colors of film on it right now. That's just because we're using whatever leftover material we have to do the embossing with. So some of it we've actually used some VViViD, and VViVid's a little bit nicer when it comes to doing it, or any, like if you can use like a thicker calendared film, even thicker than VViViD will be nice because it'll show the embossing a lot better. So if you use a thin film like Avery underneath, it won't show as well. So we have to keep that in mind when we're doing something like this. When you're doing an embossing, you want it to show through. So having a thicker film underneath is going to definitely help it show through. We want to be thorough when it comes to doing this because getting the air out is going to be very important. We don't want this to build or the sun to hit it and then cause air bubbles in this film afterwards, or in the wrap. It would be the same with any film. You're going to want to do this with whatever film you're using as your top. You're going to want to go over all of it just like this. That just takes a few extra minutes and a little bit of patience. But I'm amazed, even with the heat hitting it, how it's not locking up and trapping air, which is great, actually. So like I said, I specifically chose a different adhesive and an air release that makes more sense when it comes to do-it-yourself stuff, or even just for professional shops. You know, you want easy, you want fast, you want good turnaround time. So you don't want to be spending forever trying to get the air out of your vinyl, or even just glassing out the film. So. Almost there. Cool, so now I'm going to show you the difference from one side to the other so we can see what that actually did. So let's check it out. So everything over here I've done, and you can see over here it's definitely not as sharp, right? So we gotta do this side now. So let's do it up. All right. So when it comes to installing, I mean, really, your possibilities are endless. Just really cool. You can do stuff like this, depending on how much time you want to spend on it, right? But it's not complicated. It's not that difficult. It's just how much time you want to spend on doing it. If I wasn't doing this right now, the hood would have been wrapped, and it would have been wrapped 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago. So, like I said, it's just time that you got to put into it. Plus, all the prep that we had to do to get the film down, to get the embossing down on it, that all took some time too. Because even a high-end plotter doesn't cut amazing all the time. So we had to go in there, we had to trim a little bit up and stuff like that, and just make it a little bit nicer, clean it up a bit. So as soon as I add heat to it, I can see exactly what still has air in it, because it'll expand, right? And if there's any air left, it'll just expand because air has moisture in it, and when you heat that up, it expands. Beautiful. So now I'm almost about ready to trim this up. What did I do with my blade? Did I put my blade over there? Thought I had it. I got it, thank you. No, I'm excited to see the sides too.
It starts getting my brain all. I've been playing around with your things, past your things, burn that, you know, and
Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. It's cool, huh? Yeah.
this color really brings out.
It shows it well.
It's a perfect color choice.
Yeah. Got out of the way. Let's get rid of the glove. I don't need it anymore. Let's do our corners. So when we do the corners, we heat, we stretch around, then we shrink them. Shrink it all back. So when we do the corners, we heat, stretch around. You can do it cold if you want to. I prefer to add a little bit of heat. Stretch it around and you shrink it down, all right? And then it's shrunk. Again, same deal. Heat, stretch it around, shrink. That's how I did the top ones. That's how I did that one there. And any other corners on the rest of the vehicle is going to be done the same way, all right? I don't know if you actually saw that in the video. Hopefully you did. And as you know, I don't wrap under like crazy. I just kind of run my finger to the edge. Let's do this corner up here, same deal. I'm gonna heat it up. Pull it out, stretch it around. Get it around a little bit and then shrink it, all right? Pretty much done, guys. Excited. This is the kind of stuff that makes my job such a pleasure. Because this is not your everyday stuff. This is different. Nope, it's fine. Don't need it anymore. Let's camera's probably gonna cut out in a second, so I'll have to refresh it. Almost there. How do we do corners? We always cut round corners, right? If we don't cut round corners, we can't make a square cut round. Okay? Just makes your life that much more difficult. Perfect, it's all done. So let's just go over the edges. And finish it off, all right. So I had to restart the video there. What I'm gonna do is lift this and go over all the edges. So we're just gonna lock it all in. You might want to use a glove for doing this. I don't use one. It's my own personal preference. Perfect. All right, guys, so let's have a look at all the edges and the corners. Just let it focus. There we go. Cool. Down there. Trying to let it focus. There we go. And let's check out this corner down here. Everything's pretty. Let's check that out from there. Pretty cool, huh? So let's drop the hood and have a good look at what this looks like. And that's it. That's the hood wrap on the Supra. Plain and simple. Cool. So we've got nice and defined lines. You kind of see it from the top. But just wait till this whole thing's done. Check this out. Yeah. And that's it. Check out the other side too. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed the video on how to do some embossing on the hood and wrapping the hood in my new signature color, the matte metallic burgundy, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more of what's going on with this car, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Take care.